Hello, Ice and Fire nerds. This is Chris, and I'm back with another House of the Dragon / Game of Thrones video. Yes, you heard that correctly. House of the Dragon coming out soon, on its way. And I have a video that I want to do really quickly about a long-standing theory I've had. Could we find out via House of the Dragon something Game of Thrones did not tell us? Who the hell is the Night King? So now that House of the Dragon Season 2 is on its way, it's right around the corner. We have seen a few set teasers and photos showing that we will see the Night's Watch in Season 2. And of course, we will definitely see Winterfell, as we know as House of the Dragon Season 1 ended. Jacaerys was on his way on his dragon Vermax to visit Lord Cregan Stark in Winterfell to gain his support for Team Black. So with us seeing Winterfell and perhaps the Wall during Season 2, and Jacaerys heading up to see Cregan Stark and perhaps even Sarah Snow, which will be another video, perhaps the North still remembers, and there's still some rumors or talks or rumblings about the great threat from the North. Now, of course, we did not expect to see the Night's Watch in House of the Dragon. There's really no reason for it, so this makes me wonder if they're going in a certain direction about some of the information we did not get in Game of Thrones. And of course, with the long-standing theory confirmed that Aegon the Conqueror knew of the coming winter, and of course his dagger being the one used to kill the Night King eventually by Arya Stark in Game of Thrones, which I don't think that'll be quite like that in the books. Perhaps there will be some discussion, rumblings, rumors, or whatever that we hear about at Winterfell or perhaps the Wall. So how can we get this revelation, and what the hell are we talking about? Well, let's take a quick look at history in the world of Ice and Fire. Well, this has to do with a long-standing theory of mine, at least, and probably many other people's out there on the interwebs, that a particular descendant of Garth Greenhand would become the first White Walker, otherwise known as the Night King. According to some legends, Garth Greenhand was the first man to lead people along the Arm of Dorne and bring people into Westeros. And some legends even say he was the first human here for a long time by himself who had contact with giants and the children of the forest. And Garth Greenhand is also said to be the ancestor or common ancestor of many, many houses throughout Westeros, including House Stark, but particularly those houses within the Reach. But without going into too much detail about Garth Greenhand for this particular video, let's look at one of his sons in particular, Brandon. Now, obviously, this is a very popular name in Game of Thrones, or the world of Ice and Fire, specifically in House Stark. But I'm talking about the first Brandon. And no, it's not Bran the Builder. I'm talking Brandon of the Bloody Blade. Brandon of the Bloody Blade is described as a legendary son of Garth Greenhand. He is known for his battles with the children of the forest, as well as driving the giants out of the Reach. And he is credited again with warring with the children of the forest, and apparently so good at warring with the children of the forest that he went to a place called Blue Lake and killed so many that they actually renamed the lake Red Lake. And in some tales, he is also mentioned as the father of Bran the Builder. Now, of course, Bran the Builder is the founder of House Stark, who built the Wall and, of course, Winterfell. So this makes Brandon of the Bloody Blade a possible ancestor, and I think very likely ancestor of House Stark and father to Bran the Builder. And I think this would also fit perfectly if he's the one who becomes the Night King because he killed so many children of the forest. It would be very ironic and almost poetic if he was captured and turned against men to become the first White Walker. It's almost a perfect irony. And again, Bran the Builder, being his son in this particular theory, would eventually build Winterfell and the Wall to keep his own father out. And of course, as we mentioned a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, the Dragon Raised by Wolves series about how this thing should have ended or would have ended, this fits the symmetry perfectly if Brandon of the Bloody Blade was in fact the Night King, because that makes him essentially a Stark, and then of course Daenerys Targaryen being a Targaryen, and the Mad Queen, the way it ended in Game of Thrones, that leaves our Song of Ice and Fire Jon stuck in the middle. So of course, with House of the Dragon, Jacaerys and Vermax heading north to Winterfell and potentially the Wall, we should get some information on this long-standing threat that we did not get in Game of Thrones. Otherwise, you're going to go up there, he's going to talk to Cregan Stark for a little while, build some type of relationship with the Starks, bring in the Sarah Snow storyline where he potentially married Sarah Snow secretly under a weirwood tree. But I don't think that's all they will do for House of the Dragon, since they're tying in this prophecy so deep with the dagger and the visions, and now we know other people other than Daenerys the Dreamer were also seeing visions such as Aegon Targaryen, and then apparently Viserys. So again, maybe the North still remembers during this time period. Maybe Cregan Stark himself knows of the history of the White Walkers, or maybe at least rumors of those histories. Maybe the Maesters up there in the North, maybe the Maester at the Wall during this time period. Or maybe that is the Sarah Snow storyline where she's heard rumors or rumblings or talking about this potential threat from the North at a time period when perhaps the Starks still actually remember what their own motto means: winter is coming. So, although we can never undo the ending of Game of Thrones and the lack of information we got, perhaps Ryan Condal in House of the Dragon will finally give us some answers. And a quick reminder that me and James are back with the SmokeScreen podcast here on this very channel. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying that since we've been back. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.